Now be a good little doggy and go fetch.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be continuing the Nightmare on Elm Street review series, and we are on everyone's favorite, I say it sarcastically, Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. Oh my goodness, boy. Look, before we get any further, I'm going to say it, I don't think this is a good Nightmare on Elm Street film. Basically, what you have here is New Line decided to just pull the plug on this franchise, pull the plug on this series, because Freddy had become a pop culture icon, but the box office numbers weren't showing it, and they decided, you know what, let's give him a grand finale, let's give him a send-off. This movie had a lot of hype. They even held a funeral for Freddy during the marketing of this film. This movie made $34 million at the box office total worldwide, and that was a step up from Dream Child's performance, which was $22 million, but still not enough to gain audiences' interest again in this franchise. They tried their best to make this a big thing, and they shit the bed hard with this film. They shit the bed hard. So let's get into it. As far as what I like about Freddy's Dead, and trust me, this is going to be short, the backstory of Freddy Krueger. We, the audience, finally get to see it. We get to see the backstory in action. We have heard about it in the previous films. The original Nightmare on Elm Street, Nancy's mom tells Nancy who Freddy Krueger was, and what the parents of Springwood did to him. And then Lisa runs the information by Jesse in Freddy's Revenge. Nancy runs the information to the kids in the psychiatric hospital. Rick runs the information by Dan when all of them were at the Elm Street house. Then Alice runs the information by her new friends in Dream Child. And when you get to this film, we finally see it. 6 movies in, and we got it. So I will give Freddy's Dead that. And it's cool to see Robert Englund out of the makeup. He was out of the makeup a little bit in Dream Child as one of the inmates in the asylum, but we get more of him here in human form as he's chasing his daughter around in the backyard as a dad does. Your dad plays with their children. Basically, Freddy kills his wife in front of their daughter, not knowing that she was watching, but he kills her because she found out his crimes or whatever. The idea of John Doe being the last teenager in Springwood, pretty cool too. John Doe arrives at the Center for Youth, Troubled Youth, and basically he introduces Carlos, Tracy, and Spencer to Freddy, for Freddy to pick off. Another thing that I like here is the ghost town of Springwood. Everything is normal operations, normal things going on, the carnival, the fair, but there's no kids. School's going on, the crazy teacher in there teaching to nobody. Have the lady at the orphanage singing their little song that's in my head, Skip to the Loo or whatever. There are no teenagers, there are no kids, just the adults, which is a creepy visual. Everybody's in that town now is a mindless zombie, just living a mundane life, and just an eerie, creepy vibe. The only kill from this film worth remembering for the right reasons is Carlos's death. Carlos's death here is a all-timer. Carlos's character, he has hearing aids. He has trouble hearing. So when his death scene, the nightmare sequence leads up to his death scene plays out, it starts off with his mom getting a long-ass cotton swab, similar to the ones we saw during a certain virus from 5 years ago. She turns into Freddy and he just drives it inside of Carlos's ear and then out on the other side, and then Freddy's like,
Oh, Carlos, lend me your ear.
Cuts his ear off and basically throws him through a brick wall. And then you get Freddy just jumping around Carlos in the background. At one point he looks at the camera and he's like, shh, telling us to follow him or whatever. At the end of it, Freddy throws him a hearing aid and Carlos puts the hearing aid on. It grows and expands. It's obviously demonic, because why would Freddy try to help you out? He's trying to play with you. He's taunting you. Like, why would you take that from him? But anyways, the hearing aid grows and spreads across his ear. And now Carlos has super hearing, just sensitive to a loud noise. Freddy takes a chalkboard, scrapes his glove across it, and just continues to do so as Carlos's head and expands, and then it just explodes. And then Freddy drops this one-liner here.
Nice hearing from you, Carlos.
He says that, and that's great. That's the only snippet of the Freddy that I'm used to seeing. But yeah, Carlos's death, all-timer. Great death scene, great nightmare sequence. Also, the character of Tracy, she has great final girl potential. I feel as if the movie could have followed her and could have carried the film in a way. But then again, she's one of the random teenagers, so I don't know how that would work or how she would play into the story more. But anyways, she gives me Kristen Parker vibes. I don't know if it's because they're both blonde or what, but yeah, I love her character, man. She's just a badass, you take no shit attitude, and she's a fighter, and I like that a lot. And finally, the storyline with Maggie and Freddy, it's new. Yes, it is. It's very new, and it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna get more into why it doesn't work for me all the way, but basically, she is Freddy's daughter. Spoiler alert: Maggie, character of Maggie in this film, is the daughter of Freddy Krueger, and it's kind of predictable. Like the film, you have Maggie having a nightmare or a dream about this woman, and this woman saying, "I won't tell." You have the little girl running around with the flashes of a dad playing with this kid or whatever, and so you can pretty much get it right away. Oh, she's his daughter. But their dynamic could have worked in a better movie. It could have worked. And now moving on to the section everybody was waiting for. What I didn't like about Freddy's Dead. Let's address the elephant in the room now. Freddy Krueger himself. My God. Look how they massacred my boy. Look, man, I said in my Dream Child review, that was the start of the downward trajectory for the character of Freddy, and he just became a parody of himself in that film. In this one, it's even worse. Freddy is basically a Looney Tunes character here. You can take this version of Freddy out of this movie and put him in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He will fit perfectly. There is no intimidation factor here at all. That any ounce of intimidation, any ounce of seriousness, just gone. It's out the window. It's non-existent. Because here, Freddy, he's just saying stuff, man. Freddy is just saying stuff just to say stuff. Freddy Krueger also plays video games here. You know, he's saying things like,
Now I'm playing with power. Great graphics. You forgot the power glove. To beat my high score.
no, he says all that. He just says all that. And it may be campy. It may be fun for most people or some people. But for me, I don't want to see him like that, man. I don't want to see Freddy like that. Freddy should have that dark humor, comedic balance with him also being intimidating. You don't want him coming near you. And I feel as if this was the version of Freddy Krueger I was fighting, I'll knock his ass out and just be on down the damn road by now. I'll wake up like, that's Freddy Krueger? That's the guy everybody's scared of? Okay, I handled that. He's done. Freddy's a wimp in this movie. He is just he's a bomb. Freddy's a bomb in this movie, and it sucks to see. And also, his makeup looks terrible. It's even worse than Dream Child. I don't even know how they managed to make the makeup look even worse here. It's basically Robert Englund with an even more thin layer of makeup. Like I said in Dream Child, I said that makeup looks like it's just a thin layer. He doesn't transform into Freddy. It certainly doesn't here. It looks even worse. Just terrible. Awful makeup here for an awful incarnation of Freddy. John Doe as a character, terrible. As a lead, awful. He is one of the worst leads in this franchise, probably the worst lead. He spends the entire movie just being puzzled and just yelling and just basically trying to find himself again. You know, he's the last teenager from Springwood, and I get it. If I was in that situation, don't know who I am, just know that this guy is taunting me and I'm the last of teenagers or the last of kids or whatever from a certain town, I would be like that too. I would be hysterical. But it's like he just takes it up a notch. It gets annoying fast, it gets old quick, and it becomes uninteresting as him and Maggie try to go on this wild goose chase to find out who he is. Even though I said previously that the dynamic between Maggie and Freddy is fine, it's okay. I also said that in a better movie, it could have been executed a lot better than what it is here. If it was rushed, I have no interest in Freddy having a kid of his own. And I said that I was going to get more into it later, but what I meant was him having a kid kind of contradicts his reasoning to kill, because in this movie, Maggie was taken away from him because he was already killing kids. But his reasoning to start killing was because they took her away from him, which doesn't make any sense. Because you are already a monster, sir. Why would anybody leave a child near you if you are doing what you're doing? It doesn't make any sense to me. It feels like a half-baked storyline just for a final reveal or a shocking reveal to the audience. No one cared. No one cared. Still don't care. Even 34 years later, we still don't care about this storyline reveal. We don't care. It just doesn't make sense. Not effective and not interesting at all. And people are probably going to be like, wait a minute, you didn't go over Spencer's death? Nah, I didn't. So I don't think it's cool. As a kid, I thought it was cool. I was like, oh yeah, Freddy Krueger's playing video games. This guy's so cool. Now that I'm older, it's so cringy. Spencer's death should have played out exactly how Carlos's death did. You know, I feel like Freddy could have appeared as Spencer's dad because it's insinuated towards the beginning of the movie that Spencer has some issues with his father, or vice versa. The video game versions of Spencer's dad is like, be like me. In real life, Spencer's body is just making video game movements and just don't care for it, man. If you like the campiness of it all, fine. If you like the fun of it all, cool. But again, doesn't work. The floating demons, they look weird. They look freaky. I won't say what they look like. The effect looks awful. But they are the ones that promise Freddy, before he's burnt alive, they promise him eternal life. Before he dies, he becomes a demon. He becomes something worse in the afterlife. But ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts and opinions about Freddy's Dead. Let me know what you think about this film. If you like it, if you think this film is overhated, people are just blowing how bad this film is out of proportion, let me know that down below as well. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna try my best to push out more videos and finish this franchise. Until next time, guys, I'm Bran. Thanks for watching. Peace.